MGTOW is necessary for a lot of different reasons. There's just a lot of misinformation out there. And I want to clear up several things for guys who are, red pill just used to be called being a man. That's what it really comes down to. MGTOW was a response, as BGS said it best, but it's necessary. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care what you think, women, gynocentrism, all these other things, they aren't the enemy. The real problem is whiny, crybaby men, simps, white knights, and manginas. Because what it comes right down to is life is a game. And the winners the winners aren't the ones complaining, it's the losers. If you're always in somebody's comment section, hating on women with your blank ass avatar, and if I see just an initial and I don't see your picture, I'm going to assume, especially if you're a woman, you're fugly. But if you're a dude and you don't have a picture and you on some irate over the top stuff, I'm just going to assume you're a loser, because losers don't complain. Let me tell you why losers don't complain. Because they just lost the game. They just lost that point. They didn't lose the war. Players straight up win. Players win, 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 win. The average whiner you see in the comment section, women are the enemy, we can't get ahead because of white supremacy and systematic, institutionalized racism, they would have packed it in and said, you know what, we lose. No, players find ways to win. That's the difference between a winner and a loser. A loser loses before the game is even over. A lot of you cats who are upset at women firing off in the comment section, talking crazy, you're a loser. You're a loser because the game isn't over. The game is your life. You ain't dead. You can do something. The guys who are hardcore MGTOW, I see a lot of them going at pickup artists and dating coaches and all this other kind of stuff in the comment section. But the people who run the channels, let's just be realistic. The people who run the channel whose faces are front and center tend to be the winners, whether they're on MGTOW or whether they're on the player side. And here's the thing. I don't care if you are a hardcore MGTOW. Life is still a game. You need it. You need to get out there and deal with everything else. But how you play the game dictates whether or not you're going to win or lose. A lot of cats today are just running around losing, and you're claiming MGTOW. You're claiming all these different things. You're claiming gynocentrism, white supremacy, all this other kind of stuff to justify or validate why you suck. I'm going to say that again. You're holding on to red pill, MGTOW, white supremacy, gynocentrism, all these other buzzwords to justify and validate why you suck. If none of those things existed, you'd find another reason. Kittens are against us. The roaches are rebelling. The fleas are, you'd find a reason. Losers, quitters, people have always found a way to justify losing. Black men got this really bad. We have been history's losers in these states, but guess what? If you overweight, undereducated, don't care about your image or impression, don't care about how you come across, can't talk to anyone, can't communicate, speak like in ebonics, you loser. Someone who has a scarcity mentality, someone who always believes that the glass is half empty. You don't have to tell someone with a winning mindset, your game is weak here. You need to go practice on your free throws. Your game is weak here. You need to go practice on your 40 time. Your game is weak here. You need to go practice on your math. Players win. Yeah, players win, 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 win. They don't always win, but they win enough to call themselves winners. There's something that was said, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, it's how you play the game. True. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, it's how you play the game. But if you lose long enough, you are a loser. But losing is a mentality. Losing is a lifestyle. Losing is a mindset. You can change around and decide you want to win. The first thing you got to stop doing is bitching and complaining about everybody else, arguing about what's the white supremacy, women, such and so forth. Look at yourself and say, you know what? I'm overweight, undereducated, but performing below my ability. Women don't holler at me because I ain't even a man. Why should anybody want to respect me when I don't even carry myself with a modicum of respect? You need to get yourself together. That's why it doesn't matter. Money, looks, all this other stuff, that only comes into consideration after you're first a man. A man cares about himself and carries himself according to a standard. I have a standard. I hold myself accountable because I'm a winner. I win at everything I do, and even when I lose, I win. Because you can lose the game, you can lose the point, but don't lose the lesson. Do something, lose, learn, lose better. But I am so sick of men whining all the goddamn time, because it ain't the women who will have the problem. It is you. You. You could take all the fat, ugly broads and move them to the side. Women only follow what the men do. And that's where we have a real problem, because as men, we know we got an issue. You know, at the end of the day, you won't do it because you don't value yourself. You won't invest in you because you don't value you. Well, then don't ask the world to place value on you. Don't ask the world to respect you if you don't respect yourself. This is one problem I have, especially with my group of black men. I talk about the things we need to do, and I talk about the things we need to address. We got to respect ourselves first. We got to carry ourselves in a way that does not matter. Jim Crow, new Jim Crow, racism, such and so forth, blah, blah, blah. My grandfather, his father, all those men had to deal with a hell of a lot more stuff than this. I've never been spit on. I've never seen anyone lynched. My grandfather was shot and wounded in World War II. Purple Heart, came back here and had to be called boy for the majority of his life. His father fought in World War I. You couldn't even come back after you fought over there. Black men were being hung in their uniforms. I have never had to experience any of this. So how dare me sit around talking about, well, that system is keeping us down. Would be more of a disrespect to what he's done for me and the other men did for me if I sat around and bitched out about, man, I can't wear Jordans. It ain't fair that I gotta deal with the white man system. I shouldn't have to change. White guys don't have to change. Boo, 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 boo. I shouldn't have to do coulda, woulda, shoulda. Men don't deal in it's not fair. It's not fair. Every time you hear it's not fair, just put a bitch in front of it or after it. You can do whatever it is you want to do today. You don't have to you can start a business. You don't have to have brick and mortar building, inventory, line of credit, whatever. Whatever you desire to do, you can get it done. You have so many men giving so much information. You don't have to have the resources of the top 1%, 10%, but you have to have the mentality. That's what has always made a lot of us good, being hustlers. Hustlers, taking a dime and flipping it to 25 cents, taking some Kool-Aid, setting up, making a Kool-Aid stand, going to buy some blow pops at Sam's and flipping them at school to make some more money. Invest, flip it. That's what has made us good, because, you know, necessity is the motherhood of invention. We are good at doing a lot with a little. If we can make chitlins taste good, we can become successful. But we limit ourselves by the way we look at ourselves. Oh, that's going to require getting in there, rolling up your sleeves and competing. Because at this level, we're only competing with each other. At the next levels, we're competing with everybody, and they don't take any prisoners. When men are the best versions of themselves, the world is a better place. Men in general, when you look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm not where I want to be today, but I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to start drinking more water, stop drinking so much soda or pop. I'm going to start doing some push-ups and sit-ups because I can't afford a gym membership. I'm going to go in there and make sure that I iron all my clothes to make sure they look good when I put them on. I'm going to wear Axe body spray because I can't afford a $400 bottle of Aventus. I'm going to make sure that the lines are tight on my face. If I decide to wear a style like this, I'm going to make sure my beard looks a certain way. I'll make sure my fingernails are clean. I'm going to make sure that my cuticles aren't all up here. I'll make sure that my breath smells good. You know what? Not a god doggone thing I said cost any money. And I just gave you 2 or 3 style points. Don't tell me you don't have the information. You don't have the backbone or tenacity. You don't have the fire to get it done. You don't have the will to succeed. That's your problem. It's not because you lack information, you lack desire. Because at the end of the day, you don't feel like you're worth something. There is no reason that a man today should not be able to succeed on his own terms if he values himself. Men, red pill, always been the same. Players win. Whiners lose. Winners find a way to win. Losers give you reasons why they can't. Point blank, period.